Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Salam alaikum, alaikum bakwandensara, que sambia locutare con mucho más mene. A little bit of cold day here in Houston, a little bit of dark, early video. Dale camino. Tata or Yaya said, dale camino. Let it go in its own way. And I'm going to give credit where credit is deserved, right? Because I do that. Many other people don't. Tata Indy did a live on this. Now I want to go ahead and start give you a little bit more info. And that's when, for some reason, you decide to leave your own and so, or you got into an argument with your godfather, or you figure out somehow that the receptacle, the enganga, the pot that you receive is not working and things are going worse. Now he touched on a lot of good uh, things on his video, but I'm gonna give you a little bit more of my opinion too, right? Um, First of all, yes, there are some people that do not know how to make something, but guys, when you receive an enganga, you're supposed to have the knowledge. You know how many people call me and tell me, and the worst part is some of them are in Gales, and they're like, I received an enganga, but I don't know what to do with it. And then I have received letters, or I talk on the phone with Tatas and Yayas. I received an Nganga, and the Nganga is not doing what I want it to do. The first thing I say is, do you know your Mboa? Do you know the prayer? Do you know your lineage? Do you call upon those who came after you? Well, what is a licencia? What is an Mboa? What prayer are you talking about? And then I'm like, well, how can you awaken something that you don't know how to open the door? Okay, that's one. The other things that I notice is, and a lot of people do this. They get an nganga home, and this is for you ladies, asking an nganga stupid questions. Does he love me? Is he cheating on me? And then you ask them questions that you shouldn't be asking. Guys, am I gonna get the job? Am I gonna get the girl? And they start asking dumb questions. Arriba nganga, because you guys are excited and you bring this pot home and you start asking rhetorical questions that make no sense. Another thing why a pot, and I'm going to get to the good stuff. Another thing why a pot might go against you or is not doing what you want it to do. Good morning. Salam alaikum, Luna Ray. Good morning, Toya. Especially when you're trying to do Endoki work. Did the Tata that built that at holy water from church? Think about it. And it's that is stopping that Nganga from doing that type of work. That's another thing. Ask yourself that. Were you there the day that Nganga was built? Because you have to be there. This is not mi ahijado. Your Nganga is ready, come and pick it up. You have to witness the birth of that Nganga. You have to witness the building of that Nganga. You have to witness every little part that goes in there. And on top of that, you have to put your own secret in that Nganga. And then you have to do a treaty with your godfather where you do the exchange of blood and the enganga, so none of you will betray each other. Not all moon and souls do that, so I cannot speak for other moon and souls. It's amazing the things that are being done today just for a few dollars. When you know the godchild is not ready, when you know the godchild doesn't even know the lineage, doesn't even know the Mboa. But the saddest thing is this: when you take that Nganga to another Tata and that Tata says this is not good, throw it away. Ask yourself why. Because that Tata in his mind or Yaya is going to be like, well, I'm going to make more money building this person a new Nganga than fixing the damn issue. Because let's talk about, let's use the word Saravanda. An iron pot, a good one, could cost anywhere around $350, $400, right? And then a Kiyumba could be anywhere from eight to $1,000. So far, we have $1,400 there, right? On top of that, you have to buy all the other things that go in there. That's money. That's money that you're throwing away. And the most fucked up thing is this: when the Tata tells you, leave it there, I'm gonna go ahead and destroy it, and you made a deal with the Tata that you're gonna get another pot. And that Tata start, when you leave, that Tata or Yaya, what they start doing is going through your Nganga and taking the valuable things and reselling them. You understand? They'll get that Kiyumba, put it away, and they use that to sell it to someone else. They'll clean out the pot really good. They'll put it away to give it to someone else. You just gave them everything that cost you money. That it wasn't cheap. Some people have to work probably like a half a week to earn the money that that cauldron cost them. Some people have to work probably 2 weeks to buy that Kriyumba. And that's like, no, leave it there. I'll take care of it. Yo le voy a dar camino. I'm going to give it camino. They take everything out, put it away. And it's like, okay, not only am I going to make money from this fool's pot by selling those parts, but I'm also going to make money from this fool by making this person another pot. What is so hard for us to desmento everything, the barata compone, clean everything out? We make a mambosa, we make that spiritual bath, we clean everything out. Because if you claim that you can take the spirit from another person's pot, why can't you take the spirit away from this pot and remove all the energies from that pot and then use all the same material of that pot? Because there's chemicals, because if somebody used paint, well, there's turpentine, there's alcohol, we can remove those sigils, and then we clean the pot inside out. We put the pot back on fire. We could clean the matari. We can clean the bisonso, the nail rose. We could clean those horseshoes. We could clean everything that is already in the pot. We could remove the energy that was put in the bones. We clean everything, the engandos, the weed engandos, kitty engandos, and the dirt. We just go get new dirt. But we can also clean that dirt, remove all the energies of the dirt. But it's easier to say, I'm gonna charge you 5 grand, $5,000 for this pot, $4,000, whatever the price is, than say I'm only gonna charge you $800 to fix it because everything is right here. That's the sad part. Everything could be fixed. Everything could be put back together. The same tools, the same items that were in there. And of course, if you come to me, I'm not going to give you a tratado from your house. I'm going to give you a tratado of Brahma con Brahma, the way I was taught. And you might come to me, I fix your pot is boom, cheche va cheche. And then you yourself are not happy. You go to the another tata, that tata's going to say that pot is not good. And then you leave the house, you got a pot from that house too. You're going to go to another tata, that tata's going to say that how that pot is not good. Everywhere you go, that tata's going to say that pot is not good. Why? Because it was not built accordingly to their lineage. They doesn't have the tratados that they understand, the secrets that they know. But yes, there are times when a pot is really not built right. I have taken apart pots. I don't show that because I don't disrespect other lineages. But I have gotten pots, I've taken it apart, and I see uh, pebbles, those little rocks from fish tanks, crystals that are used to for fake crystals that are used for ornaments in the house to decorate something. I seen plastic skulls. I seen freaking Barbie dolls in there. I seen so many things that, man, if we were to make a video on the reasons why your shit is not working, your pot is not working, and a lot of things have to do with you because that's the thing that we say, cada Congo con sus mañas, right? Con su maña. If you were not taught how to dominate that Nkisi, how to dominate that pot, you know what's happening? That energy, that infumbe, that muerto is the one dominating your ass because you weren't taught that. Because that infumbe is saying, no, I don't want to be here. I want to leave. I want to leave. So now that muerto from that pot is creating havoc in your life. That muerto is turning your world upside down. That muerto is putting obstacles. And then when you go to a tata and that tata tells you, dale camino, you just gave that muerto what he wanted. You failed. You did not learn how to control that energy. And you will never learn how to control, no matter how many pots. You will never learn how to control that energy. Did you tata, did you tata or your yaya teach you how to stand in front of that muerto and talk to it with authority? Did they teach you here? My wife keeps calling me. Why do they teach you? Did they teach you how to dominate that spirit, how to dominate that muerto? Or did they teach you, yes, you have to bring flowers here? Why would you bring flowers to an nganga in front of nganga? So you remind the spirit that is dead and the spirit walks away, goes away. Why? There is a thing that we have to learn, and that's dominating that spirit. Because if you don't, you're gonna just keep blaming your tata, blaming your yaya that your stuff wasn't done right, it wasn't correct. The problem might be you. And I understand, yes, there are cases where the nganga is not built correctly, it's not made correctly. But the worst thing you can do is throw that away. Because when we make an nganga and it's made correctly, it's attached to your spirituality. You throwing yourself away. You throwing that Nkisi away, you throwing yourself away. You put it out in the cold, out of the house, you'll be out of your house. There are ways that those things could be fixed. But no, the easy way is for other tatas and yaya throw it away because I'm gonna make more money. by making you another thing. Oh no, mijo, leave it there, leave it there, leave it there. And then turn around and go and dig everything out and then resell it, reuse it for another pot. That's the sad thing. Don't you ever leave things in the house of another person. If you brought it for them to take a look at it, take it back. And if they're gonna say, well, I'm gonna fix it, you be there. Stay there. Watch. Because a pot needs to be built in front of you. There are things that we take from you to put in the pot. There are tratados that we do for that pot to go with you, to make a connection with you. It's not just putting the pot on your head. Aguanta la minganga, aguanta la, right? Dale vuelta, ingenio. It's not about that. You have to know the secrets. Don't bring a pot home and start asking it stupid questions or an Nkisi home and start asking it stupid questions because that Nkisi is like, what? This fool ain't never gonna dominate me. I'm gonna dominate this fool. It's maña. That is the biggest learning experience that you're gonna get when you get that pot. Because it's everything that you learn from your godfather and your godmother goes out the shithole, the drain. Because that muerto's gonna say, no, this is the way I want we're gonna work. And you need to understand the spirit. You need to know how the spirit works, how the spirit communicates. This is not a game. What you're doing is giving your money away, throwing your money away, and that's why we make these videos. That's a great video that Andy made, and I'm giving you guys a second part, my opinion, right? Well, I have to give credit where credit is deserved. It's not an easy. This is not an easy path. This is not, ay, mi siete rayo, mi rey. This is not that. That's not bullshit. You got to learn how to stand in front of the freaking pot and say, I'm in charge. Right here. I'm the one in charge. And I'm not saying keep that energy enslaved because that's also bad. Because then when you're in your 60s and you're 70 and you're weak and you cannot handle that spirit anymore, that spirit is going to push you to the bus. That spirit is going to go against you. And that's why those tatas that were famous died poor. And here you are trying to do endoki work, bad work, but the tata that built the pot put a whole bunch of freaking holy water that was blessed by a preach. How the hell are you gonna do endoki? The real uh water, holy waters for us is what's happening now, the rain. That's the real holy water for us. It's not we're gonna go to church and get water that was preached and blessed by a priest. Not that. But Tata, my rows are blocked. Well, did you ask your Tata? Tata, Yaya, the pot that I'm getting scratched on, are you doing witchcraft with it? Because everything that happens inside the pot where you are will affect you. If that pot receives a cantazo, receives witchcraft, guess who else receives witchcraft? Your ass does. Because you are part of that pot. That energy that you gave, that minga that you gave in that pot is also being used to attack for for guerra, for wanga. It will affect you. If they throw the pot, it will affect you. If that pot breaks, it will affect you. That's common sense. That's why you have to ask those questions. It's not an easy path. It's a hard path. It's a long path. Don't expect to learn how to control a pot within a year. Guys, ladies, Tata Jayas, don't screw up your godchildren. Oh, well, they're an Engeo. I'm gonna give them a bomba. I'm gonna give them a lucero. I'm gonna give you don't give that to an Engeo. You can't. They're not ready. Mentally, their lucerna, their in two is not ready. You are giving them either their death by doing that, or you're giving them a lot of issues. It's not a game. This is real. Learn how to stand in front of the pa- the enganga. Salam aleikum, aleikum salam. Yo mismo patilén batía mundo yere mi uri infume siete enfuca. Que está pie de gango suyo, carajo. Not, ay, mi rey, mi lucero, mi siete rayos. And I'm not, no, this is not making fun of people that have the same attraction to the same sex. No, it's not. I'm not making fun of that. This is not, I brought you flowers, I brought you this. No, guys. This is a freaking warrior. En Doki Bueno, en Doki Malo. Learn your things before you decide. Yes, you will never be ready. You will never be ready. You can be in this tradition 10 years and you will never be ready. Porque you have to learn maña. You have to study the pot, understand the muerto. Don't bring the pot and start thinking that you're going to play brujo, that you're going to do brujeria stuff. It ain't going to work because you don't know the spirit. You have to know how to do the barata compone. Your tata has to give you patipembas to do good work in the beginning until you learn. And that's why we say you'll never be a gangulero until you have at least 5 years in your belt. 5, 10 years. And you will never stop learning. It's not a game. It's not. But if your tata's always doing brujeria and throwing fula and doing this, it's gonna affect you because you're inside the pot. We are using your energies. And that's why in my moon and so we have a pot that nobody goes in there, nobody gets scratched, and that's the pot for guerra. Godchildren are not there. That's the pot that we use for guerra because we don't want that those godchildren to be affected. Another thing, is your tata moving everything? Every 1 year, 2 years, is he moving everything? Is he cleaning up all the junk from that? Or is your masangano being pressed under all the junk? Your masangano is the corn husk that you have your menga, the cuchilla, the blade that they use, the piece of hair. They have clothes in there and they made this little tie things and they put it inside the pot. Are you buried under in that pot with all this porqueria, all this junk? Is that tata putting dead things in there, doing bad negative things? Because it's gonna affect you. Don't go out there and say, "Oh, my tata's not doing this. My tata's not." No, ask questions, guys. That's why Matamba's here, right? Matamba gives videos. Well, I do videos. Andy does videos. Other people do videos. That's why we're here. Ask questions. Yes, there are tatas out there that call themselves tata and they're yayas, but they're kindergarten. Knowledge takes years. This is not, oh, I'm going to be in Palo and next year I'm going to get my Nganga and I'm a Babruja. I'm going to be doing this. And no, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't. No. And then you start getting godchildren and then you start teaching the same bullshit that you were taught. If you're an Ngeo, you should not have a pot. You should not have an Mbomba. It's not a game. You are busy blaming other people and say this is bullshit. Yes, there are people like that, but not everybody. Look at yourself. Look at yourself. Oh, I'm going to bring the pot now and I'm going to teach this guy, right? Because he left me. I'm going to teach him a lesson. I'm going to bring it back. If that's your mentality, you ain't ready. You have to learn how to let go of your ego. You have to learn how to let go of your pride, to study and become one with that Nkisi, with that Nganga. Knows when it speaks to you, that is the muerto, that energy is not your stupid head giving you stupid ideas and making shit up. It's not a game. It's not. This is a hard path. Well, Mihara, your pot was is ready. Come and pick it up. Where were you? Were you there the day it was built? Did you see Fondo Canasta? Did you see how the parts were placed? Did you put your secret in there? Salam alaikum, J.O.T.s. Did you see how everything was laid? That the Wiringandos, Kiringandos, and Gandos were there? Did you see that pot on fire when did you see that Matari on fire? This is not your pot is ready and come and pick it up. There are tratados that you have to be there because it's the connection that you make your birth thing. You're gonna birth something. My godchildren, yes, I might make patipembas and stuff, boo boo, do the things right. But the day that pot is being built, if you're not there, I'm not doing shit. I'm not. Because it's my name on the line. Because the day tomorrow, it's not gonna be, oh yeah, I messed up. No. It's gonna be your tata fucked up, your yaya fucked up. They don't know what the hell they're doing. It's always yaya's and tata's fault. Because you want things handed to you. The sacrifice, that's part of the sacrifice, where you take the flight and you go there and you see everything being built and made. For my Makuto, uh, right? A uh, protection amulet's okay. But when it comes to something that you're gonna be working with, and in Kisi and in Ganga, you have to be there. It's not, I'm gonna send it to you and it's over. Or at least send them the things that they need. Your nail clipping, your hair, and am I gonna say a lot of secrets here? I get excited sometimes, and I know it's a hard pill to swallow when you go to another house and that tata's like, "Oh yeah, you gotta throw your shit away. It doesn't work. Take it down to the river and let it go." Well, you might as well get $3,000 and just say, "Here, throw it away too." $4,000, throw it away too, because that's your heart earning money right there. Everything, guys, listen, everything could be fixed. In my car right now, if the alternator goes bad, am I gonna throw it away? I'm gonna put a freaking new alternator there. And I understand I cannot compare the vehicle to an Nganga. Sometimes it just needs a little tweaking, a little things that was missed for that Nganga to work. No, it's not gonna be free, but it's not gonna cost you 5 grand, 3 grand, whatever they're charging you. Because today's day, if you go for a Criumba, boom, it's easy, 1K. One of those iron pot, easily $300-400. And then the bisonso, then the empacas, and you just threw that away. Things could be fixed. Things could be given a different tratados. It could be clean. The energy could be removed. If we could take a spirit out of a person and make sure that those tratados are well. Because if you're gonna take a pot to somebody to do a de barata compone, there's supposed to be a sigil on the floor where that pot is given. You yourself have to have protection, because once we start touching that pot, we are fucking around with your own spirituality, the one that is here. This is not, I'm just gonna mess with the pot. No, because once I start messing with the pot, I'm messing with you. Because there's a connection with that pot. Not only do we have to fix your pot, we have to fix you. Not only do we have to put a protection sigil for the pot, we have to put protection sigils for you. It's not a game. Not a game. This is not baby witches. This is not Sabrina. This is not hocus pocus. This is real. And it could F up your life. It could fuck up your life. It could go good for you and it could go bad for you. Really bad. Because if you decide, well, I'm just gonna throw it in the trash, you might as well just get yourself and put your head there with your feet up. If you say, I'm gonna take it down to the river and I'm gonna throw it in the river, then you might as well jump in the river and drown with that pot too. Because that's what you just did. It's a great video, Andy. Great video. And I could be here for hours and explaining, and it's not gonna be, I'm not gonna finish. There's so much information about this. Matamba could make a video and give his things too, right? It's not a game, guys. It's not a game. It's sacrifice. It's learning. And then when you have those 10 years, you're gonna look back and you're gonna say, damn, I was a fool. Because that's happened to me. Everything that I'm talking to you, I've been through. And have I walked away from a moon and so? Yes, I have. Have I worked? There were days that I was freaking going to 7-Eleven when I lived in, no, I'm not advertising that store, but when I lived in New York, and I remember back then there was like 80 cents for a big loaf of bread. And I would buy chili and cheese, like nachos, and that was my breakfast, lunch, and dinner because I couldn't afford anything because everything costs money. I lived in my car, I lived under a bridges, and when you get the pot, that pot will test you. That enfumbe will test you. Are you real? Or are you a fake? They'll start putting little things, little obstacles in your life to see if you can handle it and how you gonna act. And Fumbe will always be testing you. That muerto, that energy is always gonna try to go over your head. And you have to keep it down and say, hell no, I'm master here. This is my house. I'm in charge, not you. And if you give it a little bit of a leeway, it's gonna go over your head. Habit is gonna start, problems are gonna start. Those are the things that you got to ask your tata, your yaya. Those are the things your godfather should be teaching you. Or at least something. How are you gonna get a pot home when you don't even know how to do your freaking prayer? Yo, Emboa, yo, va con licencia here, and you call the elders because you're calling upon that energy to come and help you do something. How are you gonna bring an Nganga home when you don't even know where the hell you come from? The lineage of your Munanso, who your elders were, who started it, where did it start? Did you know who the founder was and who was the next one? Your lineage, your family tree. Do you know that? Are they included in your licencia, your emboa, your prayer, whatever you want to call it? Are they included in that? Do you know how to open the portals? Do you know which side of the Nganga is to do good and what side of the Nganga is to do bad? You can't always blame a Tata and Yaya. You can blame him for not teaching you. But if you don't ask questions, if you don't embonda with your elders, if you only call them when you having issues and you having problems, if a godchild comes and says, "Well, I'm having problem with my wife and my," that's none of my damn problem. Fix your damn problem. I ain't gonna be doing no amares, no brujeria for no. That's fucking life problem. We all go through that shit. Just a quick video, guys. And I'm sorry I get excited, but there's something that is just awakening me because I want you guys to hear me and understand. It's not a joke. It's not a game. This is not hocus pocus and we have a little magical wand and we have little fairy things. No, this is the real shit. And if you don't know how to control it, it's gonna control you. And instead of you controlling that, you're the fucking puppet. You're the puppet. And the Nganga is now the puppet master. 27 years. That's good, bro. That's good. You know, I've been I'm 46. I was initiated at the age of 3 years old. Male con bakwenda Sara Zachary, que en Zambia lo gutare. Uh, man, learn, learn how to stand in front of the pot. Learn how to use the machete. Pa, pa, pa. Right? Imagine you're going to war and you gotta excite. You gotta hype up those warriors that are going to war with you and fight. That's how it is. Maña, maña. Learning how that Infumbe works, how the Infumbe thinks, and what that Infumbe wants. And when that Infumbe tells you, I recommend that we don't do this, don't do it. Don't do it. I don't care how much money you're getting paid. Don't do it. Go and do something else. Go to Infinda. Because we don't, man, holy Jesus, baby Jesus. We don't have to be all the time inside the Nganga room. That's why we could go to Infinda. And if you have the knowledge, you understand that you really don't need a pot if you know Infinda. If you know Infinda and if you know nature, you know you can go up to the raw energy. But that's another video, another topic. And you have a wonderful rest of the day. And may insomnia lo gustara con mucho más. Have a good day, guys.